All right, welcome everybody. CAZ Esports versus CSGO 2 times. I'm Laser Jesus, joined by Hano. This is RGN, some of the close qualifier action. And CSGO 2 times, formerly known as Public Clear. Starting here on the T side of Cash, Smooya are ready from the highway. Looks like we have a highway fake towards the B bomb site. Interesting strat, so far not working out at all. So the point of that was to fake A and then go towards the B side, but I don't know if I like that, Charles.
There wasn't a whole lot of kills going on towards mid, a lot of whiffing with the Glocks, that's for sure. But we have one person left alive here in Checkers, 84 HP. The CTs continue to peek, and we'll take him down. Yeah, I think it was a split, maybe towards Z, and then go Z and flank them behind B with one person sitting sunroom, of course. But it just didn't work out because they couldn't get mid control.
Yeah, once you don't take the highway, that's pretty much the strat loss right then and there. So CAZ will take the first one. I'm looking at the CAZ roster. I think I see... I don't know if Jesp was in the previous rendition of the roster. I know ZNF just transferred from the side of the seas to the European side. And ever since he's been over there, he's looked like a new player to me. But for CSGO 2 times, we have the Force by 1 smoke in the hands of Quicks. Other than that, really not a lot of utility, but CAZ, they're playing entire retake onto A. Interesting anti-eco. Sure, you're giving up the bomb plan in exchange for just safety on winning the round with a retake, but I don't know if 5-on-5 retake, even with when you have utility on the CT side, is the right idea. As they will lose YNC. And yeah, just 2 flashbangs to try to retake in, as well as a scout. The scouter is going to be forced to use the P250 as CAZ close in on the distance. Majority of CSGO 2 times is at A main as well as under the forklift. The fuse is on. Downey, can he make his way into the bomb site? Somehow CAZ retake with 4. And 2 bizarre strats in my eyes by CAZ.
I like the door strat coming out of CSGO 2 times, because if you go door and one person's playing there, you can kind of flood the site. But the CT's playing a full-on retake. I guess they just decided, no, let's give them the bomb plant. That's perfectly fine. They're going to buy Tech 9 armor anyway. They can't buy the third round if we win. But I don't know. I'm not a big fan of giving up the whole site, but obviously it worked out for them. They kept 3 guns still. We have a Bison coming out of ROM. God, I hate that gun.
Yeah, that gun's just weird. Like so different than all the rest of the guns. But both teams doing bizarre strats back to back. First it was CSGO 2 times going with the 3-man highway commit to trying to fake the A-bomb site to B, and then CAZ completely giving up the A-bomb site when I don't know if you have to on an anti-eco versus just upgraded pistols in the force.
I think the reason why you'd want to give it up is because they know that if you have 2 CTs sitting in the site and they both get taken down, it's really, really rough when you take the site if they do have the 2 guns. So 2v1 situation now, just Quick's left alive. He picks up a FAMAS, and he also has the bomb. Let's see if the CTs stick together here.
Yeah, you can either play 1-1 or just play 2-0 in this situation, guaranteeing some trade potential, not allowing the T to have that 1 versus 1 that he's seeking. So at least the bomb plan here for Quicks towards the A side goes down, and probably the farthest spot on the map to retake from. Maybe Sunshine you could argue for to go towards this A bomb set on the retake, but the T has been spotted out. Quicks wants to dwindle those numbers down before CAZ comes in on the retake. Takes his refuge at the highway. Oh, first player caught off guard. I don't know if Quicks expect the second player to be this close though. YNC. Now we'll hop on the bomb. Is he going to stick it? I don't know if Quicks is going to expect this. He needs to peek right here and now. Oh boy, just about a fraction of a second left on the clock there. YNC almost had that.
That is a huge difference from what I thought was going to happen. I thought they were going to be happy with just getting that bomb plant down, but winning the 1v2 is pretty crazy. Now CTs went from having a lot of cash to actually saving here. So a lot of the players have enough to buy, and in my eyes, I would buy here. With the amount of money, they have like 3K, 4K, 4K, a little over 5K as well. I don't see why you wouldn't want to buy here, because if you win this round, you do reset the money for the Ts, but I guess it all depends on how comfortable you are. If your team relies on, say, like an op or utility to win these CT rounds, maybe you would go for the save here.
Yeah, it's kind of marginal. I'd risk it as well. It's like on cash though on the CT side when it's so say the A bomb site is lost, you have to have the incendiaries for the retake to really have a great shot at retaking that bomb site. So the way CAZ played the A bomb site on the anti-eco makes me think they're more leaning towards that side, where they want full utility to retake the bomb site if necessary, because they completely gave the site up on a anti-eco. We remember back to that round, first frag for CSGO 2 times.
Kind of interesting a cat stack though. Like, what are you going to achieve by stacking so many players on cat? You're giving up the bomb site, and then you take one better tools anyway. Not sure if I agree with it, but they push into the site and they do take down one player. That's Rom getting the first kill. ZNF getting taken down as well. 3v3 now with the pistols.
And both teams making it happen with the pistols, it seems. And yeah, kind of an interesting stack at the highway. Ends up working out quite well for CAZ. They've collected themselves 2 rifles. Both Jesp and Rom have one. Now it's known that the B bomb site is the site that CSGO 2 times has taken. Interesting spot now for Dominate, as nobody rotates from highway. Generally, if 3 people are at the A bomb site, somebody's going to rotate from the highway. You may even get flanked here by Smooya. Ooh, very unfortunate timing for Dominate.
The CTs are though. They're just going for the guns here. They don't care about winning the round, I suppose. No kit and trying to retake the B bomb site. Definitely, I don't know what the idea is, but they're going to be able to buy here. If they do win this round, they'll reset the money for the T's. But if they would have went for it last round, they would have won the 3v2, and then the T's wouldn't have as much money. Obviously, they'd get the bomb plant money, which is 800 bucks. But who knows? It's all...
Seconds left in the bomb. You definitely go for it there. And we also saw the anti-eco where they completely gave up the A bomb site. So I think we're seeing a trend.
I'm not sure what the idea is, but they're going to be able to buy here. If they do win this round, they'll reset the money for the T's. But if they would have went for it last round, they would have won the 3v2, and then the T's wouldn't have as much money. Obviously, they'd get the bomb plant money, which is 800 bucks. But who knows? It's all woulda, coulda, shoulda at this point, I suppose.
Yeah, CSGO, I mean, other Counter-Strikes, there was a right and wrong answer here. Not so much. But if CAZ's objective was to get full utility and have a full gun round before they engage, I mean, that's been accomplished. Of course, they give another round over to CSGO 2 times. First gun round boost over by CAZ. Oh, whiff shot by Downey. And he allows Rom to retreat as well, or his teammate does. That's 2. Rom catches another one. Dominate trying to go for the trade at mid. He's dealt with. Now, CAZ, it's not like the full save utility really came into play in my eyes. Like, they could have done that in the previous round as well. Probably getting a little too targeted on the economy aspect. Maybe CSGO 2 times can come back from this 3-on-5. Have the bomb and another working towards the B side. Sende about to make his way over there. Looks like CSGO 2 times want to engage before he arrives. Well, they're still waiting, just slowly encroaching onto the bomb site. 1 player there, 2 players there, Jesp as well as ZNF. ZNF flushed out of the bomb site position. Pop flash over. I assume Jesp will keep off of that. Ooh, fetched. We'll find the entry into the B bomb site. That does give CSGO 2 times a decent chance. And they'll force the Heaven player to fall off as well. So suddenly, CSGO 2 times not all that bad off. They have the op on Quicks in the back of the bomb site of B, also under the blue area. Never mind, in checkers is Zende. He'll have to deal with Rom coming through the vents. If he could deal with him, suddenly it gets really easy for CSGO 2 times to hold off, especially if Fetch can rally out some frags. He's getting 3, maybe even the ace here for Fetch. He's actually already gotten 4. If he could take refuge at the headshot spot, he might be able to find a better spot, but Rom creeping onto the bomb site and so little HP. Nice attempt from Fetch, and you know what? He might even have the round. Nah, just enough time for Rom.
I'm just watching this thing click. It was very, very close rounds. Very, very close. But I just don't know if I like the idea of ZNF playing solo in B. When it's a 5v3 situation, you have to think about, how do we lose these rounds? What are the possibilities, or what are the scenarios that we can actually lose the rounds? And when Jess is playing Heaven like that, if they just smoke off CT and post up with the op on him, he's useless. ZNF gets taken down. It's a 3v4 situation now. So if you ask CSGO 2 times, what do you guys want to do? Like, if we get the pick in B, we can win the round by going in, holding the bomb site, 3v4. So they do find the pick onto ZNF. They take the bomb site. And Jess was pretty much useless in Heaven until the retake happened. It almost cost them the round, but we're going to see a smoke here from Quicks. 2 flashes as well. Looks like we're going to see that similar door strat we saw in Pistol Round.
I agree with you a bunch too, because if anything in that situation, CSGO 2 times want a 3v1, and allowing that to be granted. A little strange from CAZ, but interesting CT side already, and they allow the bomb to be planted towards the A side. The majority of the players of CSGO 2 times funnel out of the squeaky, and CAZ pretty much let them have it. So how safe is too safe is what I'm wondering here for CAZ, because it seems like, I mean, this is not the CAZ that I've seen previously, like how passive they're playing, and it is a safe route, but I think it's exploitable for CSGO 2 times.
It's almost like CAZ is doing so much work with their pistols, and they're killing a lot of the Ts, where typically teams will look at it like, hey, we killed 4 of their players that round. If we win this round with pistols, then we're gonna really money out from here. Like, we have this opportunity to do this, but it seems like CAZ is just chipping away slowly. It might pay off for them at the end of the half, or even in the middle of the half, where they keep chipping away the money situation. But it's like they're making things potentially easy for them later on, but yet they're not capitalizing on the risks. We do have a main push here. Look at the CTs. The Ts are actually stacked. Quicks again with the smoke. Zende as well. Looks like it's going to smoke strat towards A, but if you look at the CTs and how they're set up, you have 3 people in A and 1 highway, as Rom does rotate the truck.
Yeah, if Rom sticks around here, it'll be really difficult to take it to the bomb site for the T side. They do have like 2.5, maybe even you can count it 3 players at the A bomb site, considering how fast the truck and highway rotate will be. Into the bomb site comes 2 times. They deal with the first player. The rest of the players of CAZ are pretty far back, so at least CSGO 2 times will be allowed to post plant. Dominate will hit another shot. YNC in response. 4 on 3. CAZ has retaken the A bomb site and in favorable numbers before, and they definitely have the utility to do so. ZNF, YNC, Smooya. They'll be coming from the truck. 2 players from highway. CSGO 2 times not really peeking this off. Definitely don't want to allow CAZ an entry frag into the bomb site, and then everybody collapses all of a sudden for CSGO 2 times. And that'll grant them their 3rd round. So just a simple A take, and that's always a nice change of pace.
It's almost like the CTs are ready for it too. Oh, obviously they weren't ready for it, but they were stacked towards it. So CTs 7K on ZNF here. We have 4,600 another player, but the way they've been playing so far, it's likely they're just going to go with pistols. There is armor and a smoke for ZNF. Let's see if they stack towards anything. Looks like that's not going to be the case. It's going to be a highway stack once again. Okay, this is why I'm curious. Like, what is this stack going to do on highway? The only thing that I can.
Are they trying to bait them out mid, or the Ts haven't done that much though?
The Ts typically will try to go like middle because it's really hard to CTs to hold it. If you have a bunch of utility and the Ts or the CTs don't, you can typically get like out on boost. You can molly off sandbag and take control of it. So maybe that's what they're going for.
My God, Rom waited so long in the fire. He is damn near torched 100%, but a bunch of kills for CAZ. And even Smooya bringing it down to a 1-on-2. So eventually the mid collapse does work for CAZ. It's interesting. I think the point you were touching on, it's not like CSGO 2 times have taken mid control all that often. So by CAZ doing that, it's an interesting approach, like more or less a hard read from the CT side to try that on the anti-eco or the eco round for themselves.
Absolutely.
And they cut in the money though. I mean, 3 frags for what the investment was, not bad at all. And I think they've kept CSGO 2 times just at the reset point. Nah, maybe just 1 save round if they lose.
I don't mind, I guess, the playstyle from CAZ on this cache. Like, I'm thinking about it, right? And if this was Inferno, you'd want to gamble because you need a lot of rounds on CT side. But cache, it's not that bad. So maybe CAZ is just thinking to themselves, let's keep chipping away. Let's get as many rounds as we can on CT side. We know our CT side's not that great. They do have
That's kind of what it feels like.
Yeah, it's like, you know what? If we get 6 rounds on CT, we'll be happy. Our T side will carry it through for us. Look at the aggression from Jesp, though. He doesn't quite land the shot. He is stuck right here. He needs to land the shot or he's going to get taken down. He falls off because his teammate actually got the kill instead, so good cover from his teammate, God. We do have a T-side kill on the other side of the map.
Thanks, God.
Thanks, man. I always do that. I always read their name God, but he's just like, yeah, I'm a God. YNC, baby.
I wish there was a player brazen enough to just name themselves God. I mean, I was almost there. I went with Jesus, but...
Laser Jesus. I think that's a little bit better than the regular Jesus, you know?
If I could take it all back, if I can go all the way back, I would just name myself God.
I've always used my last name, so I can't really change it, you know?
At least you have a last name. My last name is Hildreth. Like, that as an alias is just ugly. Anyways, 1 for 1 on the round. CSGO 2 times trying to do their spread out approach, opening the round, trying to get all that map control, ensure that CAZ isn't pushing, but they went 1 for 1. And now another gained by CAZ towards the B side. We do have Fetched here. He's trying to work his way in with the AWP. Didn't find the trade off onto his teammate. That's a nice pick, though, onto Smooya, who was posted up and ready. Definitely don't want to give that one up. As CSGO 2 times will now shift over towards the A-bomb site. With that frag, it keeps 2 players of CAZ at B. They find the entry into A. And that is probably the round lost for CAZ once that single player at the A-bomb site goes down. Of course, 2-on-3. I think CAZ will go for this, but they don't have the necessary utility to do it. I mean, just a nade now utilized. They got to do it with just the M4s. Now 1 silence, 1 regular, 1 for 1. That's not good for CAZ, though. They wanted to find clean entries in. Early incendiary onto the bomb, and ZNF will swap out for an AWP. I don't know. Maybe just trying to catch somebody with an AK peeking into the A main. He will tap the bomb, doesn't have a kit, probably doesn't have the round either. And Fetch will finish him off with the AWP. That A pick in the 3-on-3 was so critical.
I think the A player needed to play a little bit more passive there. He was just sitting in the middle of the site. He can't go down 1 for 1. But if you look at the way the CTs were set up, if you have 3 players, 3v3, and you're on the CT side, it's best to just stack towards B, unless you have some information that'll deter you otherwise. But if you go towards B, you obviously don't want that 1 player to get taken down and try to retake B. It's a lot harder to retake B than it is A. So I think the stack was okay to kind of lean towards B, the rotator. But the fact that the A player went down with killing 0 people really, really hurt them in a 2v3 retake situation. We're going to have CAZ on pistols now. We do have Quicks. Look at these mollies. He's just going to burn him alive.
Wow.
Beautiful anti-eco. Molotovs come up huge for anti-ecos.
Yeah, they run into and through a stack. Doesn't seem like CAZ has much of a shot to get any more frags, and that's what I like to see on the anti-ecos. If you're going to dedicate just 5-man commit to a bomb site, at least clear a bunch of the spots with utility, and we saw that into the checkers area, completely nullifying that spot for CAZ to be from. And then even if you run into a stack, as long as everybody's AK's out, ready to trade, not having to worry about a flank or like an off-angle position, no problem.
No problem.
No problem.
We're going to have some utility on the CT side here. I'm really curious to see how CAZ does on their T side, but Smooya has the op towards mids, doing a 1-3 setup. ZNF getting super aggressive. That's your teammate. Taking down 2 players, one of his own, one of the CT, leaving it to a 4v3 situation now. And Jasp getting a kill of his own. YNC is super low on HP, though. 2v4 situation. I think these Ts need to group up together. Try to kill somebody at the end of the map. Quicks is going to trade out that Tech 9, or the Mac 10 rather, for an AK, I would hope. It's under your feet. Grab it.
That's a weird strat by CSGO 2 times to just run out mid like that. It's one of the strats that it's unexpected at that point in the match, because CSGO 2 times has been winning the rounds recently. I mean, 4 in a row for them. Downey will find a pick into B.
Not like this again, man.
One more time. Yeah, you're in a 4-on-2, and the single player at one of the bomb site goes down, and suddenly you give away a massive advantage. Downey and Quicks just chilling in the bomb site. Let's see how the retake develops. CAZ does have an incendiary, now down onto YNC. Not utilizing all their equipment here, but they do bring down 1 more player. Downey just has to avoid getting traded, and he'll look elsewhere on his crosshair just as Smooya does peek out. But interesting choice by CSGO 2 times. I feel like they were trying to catch CAZ on the adjustment, but then they kind of just screwed themselves by running into a mid stack, just running through a smoke at mid.
Absolutely, the initial rush, you have to be pretty careful. If the CTs do play a 1-3-1, you're likely going to go down early on. I feel like CSGO 2 times has had like really good mid-round decisions. And I feel like CAZ, they've been playing really well on their retake, so it's kind of scary to see ZNF play solo and B and get taken down once again, leaving it to 2v3 situation. I think CSGO 2 times, if you say to them, you have a 2v4 situation, what do you want out of this? I'd be more than happy to take that. So I don't know if they're going to start stacking 2 people towards there or just, you know, stay confident with their retakes. But look at Smooya getting super aggressive with this op towards B.
Yeah, very aggressive. Ooh, catches somebody posted on him too. Downey missed the shot. Both offers actually missed. And over the top again comes ZNF. Finds the angle on to dominate. CSGO 2 times, it looks like their reaction is to quickly take in towards B. Problem is they only have 3 players to do it with. Already ZNF inside of the vents, and then Smooya posted up on the bomb site. So some of those mid-round decisions, we'll see them on display here. How does CSGO 2 times come back in this round? We'll boost a player up. Problem is, Rom is chilling right down below. Does, I think, at least hear the boost. Maybe not. Zende staying quite silent. Now, on top of the rafters, he will. Nope. Oh, does clear down below. Spots the player. Eventually brings him down. Also, the player inside of the vents, ZNF, able to stay alive. Oh, it does eventually fall. There's still 2 ops on board. YNC gets it done with the 5-7. Peeks out onto Quicks. And where did he come from? Oh, it looks like he somehow made his way into the shadow spot. I don't know how he got there, Charles.
So sneaky. That was a huge play from him. Comes up with a 3K starting out the round with just a 5-7. They have 3 ops on the CT side now. There we go. Trades it out for an AK. But yeah, with just a 5-7, was able to come up with 3 kills. 6-6 now. CAZ Esports showing us that maybe taking the risks early on haven't done too much for them, or haven't penalized them too much by not taking those risks. So
it's a weird approach, though, because like the way we were discussing it earlier, the way CAZ has been playing it's almost like they're playing, say, a T-side Inferno, where it's a super safe route, where they say if we just get these amount of rounds, we'll be okay. And that determines to me that on their T-side, like, they're mighty confident to finish it off.
Let's get these interviews in here and talk to them. I would love to just have a little chat and say, what were you thinking? But we're gonna have a rush towards A, it seems like. The CT's playing super passive again, giving up the bomb site. They're probably gonna get this bomb down. The AK doing a little bit of work. 2v4 situation now. Bomb sitting in sight gets taken down by Smuya. 1 left alive, that is Downing. He gets a nice little spray through the wood wall there. And 1 left alive, 3v1. 10 HP.
Smuya.
Smuya! Getting another kill in a Downy.
His name always just makes me thirsty. Thirstier than I usually am, Charles.
Smuya, you thinking about like a smoothie or something?
Yeah. Like strawberry banana, real chunks.
Real chunks. P90 for Rom. I don't know, it's not a bad idea, I suppose.
It begs the question of why. I feel like I'm asking a lot of why questions to the CAZ Esports CT side.
I bet you we can honestly get ZNF in here. He is a North American brother. Not anymore, but he was. I wouldn't be surprised if we can get a little chat with him. But anyway, we have 4 pistols on the T side. Early pick. Going to Smuya once again. Quick's getting taken down by ZNF and Rom as well.
So dominate, Downey, and fetched. Flashbang into the teammate's back. It's gotta hurt a little bit. I'm sure those things weigh a few pounds, but not the greatest eco round here from CSGO 2 times. I suppose 4 rounds loss bonus you can warrant these pistols invested, but they don't do a damn thing. Rom will go down with his P90, probably a good thing coming into the next round, and at best, a bomb plant here for Downey. Realizes there's no chance. That'll be CAZ with 8, so maximum 7 rounds for CSGO 2 times, and I think the mindset that CAZ seems to have here on the CT side, they'll be really happy with 8 or 9.
I'm starting to think a little bit more about, I mean, I keep harping on this, but because they didn't take risks, maybe they're just super confident on the CT side to do these retakes with very, you know, with utility and stuff like that if they feel strong enough, but they're proving me wrong here. It's that, you know, we don't need to take risks to get 9 rounds on our CT side. They're playing really good.
Perhaps it's like just my NA mindset, but I feel like they could have won bigger instead of just not guaranteeing,
but they didn't need to. Maybe that's the thing.
Yeah, I think that's the line we're treading. And CAZ trying to defend another A take. This time, do try to hold the bomb site. And CSGO 2 times, go 2 for 2, make that 3 for 2, dominate, peeks down into the highway. So the time CAZ does try to hold the A bomb site on a gun round, instead of just retaking it, it ends up working out better for CSGO 2 times. So maybe CAZ is on to something, at least with their own playstyle. As YNC and Jasp, oop, tick of the damage on to Quicks. That leaves Jespball alone as Quicks does peek up from the highway. 8-7. And I gotta say, CAZ, I think they're happy with that, again, just because of how they've approached this match.
Yeah, I think they can be pretty happy here. I think that they're just trying to string some rounds along and they needed money to do it. This could have been complete opposite. If they would have risked it and lost, this could be a 5-round CT side instead. So it all comes down to their T side. 8-7 is pretty even. I don't think Cash is too much of a CT sided map. I think that it's fairly even.
I'm starting to lean T-sided.
I don't know. I guess so. I guess. I think it's pretty. I don't know.
So-
Whatever, man. Whatever.
And I'm looking at the players' positions. This has. Okay, I thought it was live for a moment. Of course, it's not live.
Oh, I was
It's
like,
a player
what?
inside a spawn. It's like, wow, what a weird pistol round off from CAZ that they leave a player jumping around in spawn.
He's got damn 4. But let's talk about like a little bit of the metas right now. Is like if we talk about a lot of the teams that are playing like retake A on pistol round, some players are playing aggressive. Towards B, I don't know. I've been trying to come up with another pistol strat. So if anybody in chat wants to send me like a sweet little pistol strat for my team, that'd be great. What we've been doing is, because the meta is that most teams go towards B, we stack 4 players towards B and just play a retake on A with a Molotov. But
I feel like it's such a guess game on pistols for the CT side, just because any strat that you do, the terrorist side has an answer, kind of like a rock paper scissors game. Say you play that one person at A, at truck, the T's can obviously just walk out a squeaky door and then make it much more difficult for your retake. But say if you go for a standard play where you go 2-1-2, well then, you know.
time out.
What's up?
Look at the stack for me. Told you, but keep going. Sorry.
Oh, well, we'll get to see one of them on display. This time, not 4 squeaky, but 4 into the A main. And then it just plays into the retake. It comes down to Quicks here. If he can gain that edge for the CTs just by spamming away, trying to find a player entering into the A bomb site, he's actually taking a different approach. Ooh, peeks into the bomb site, spots 3 players. One of them planting the bomb, 2 on coverage. I kind of like that approach from Quicks. He does go down, and then on top of that, his teammate, who is trying to flank on in. Dominate, Downey, and Fetch. No, trying to retake, but already 2 other players down. That makes it a lot harder to retake on in when way more of the T's with the crossfires and Wildcats are just going to rush right out, taking the aggressive approach. So CSGO 2 times. Quicks, he was at the truck, and then he tries to walk up into the site instead of just spamming away, tapping like most people do. Interesting approach.
Yeah, a lot of times you'll have the truck guy just like you mentioned, just tap, tap, tap through into A main and then have your teammates come through. But I play the same position he does, and I've thought about this too, is that if they're going to smoke off highway, why can't I get a little bit more aggressive and peek towards default, right? But he peeks towards default and he sees 3 people crouched, just staring at him ready to go. So it's a little bit scary for him. The retake just didn't happen. But they're going to buy some pistols here, and 2 people with just regular armor with deagles, some CZs, and a 5.7. But yeah, CAZ just going towards A and holding on the site. They look pretty good so far. We have a lot of rifles here, no SMGs, so I wonder, usually you want to have at least 1 SMG, just go farm, you know what I mean, just go get some cash. But hey, there's like a lot of different things that I'm seeing out of CAZ. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, I'm just saying that it's a lot different than what we're used to.
Yeah, I feel like it's heavily leaning to one end of the meta spectrum. Like they're going with a goofy approach. My God, the Deegs are out for CSGO 2 times towards this B bomb site. One player finds a frag apiece from the CT side. Still, one man in the bomb site. That's Downey. He has so little HP, trying to find the perfect time to peek, but the timing works against him. Now Zende, as well as Quicks, trying to flank on in. Ooh, drive-by frag from Quicks. That will allow a split from the B main flank as well as CT spawn. Quicks deciding if he wants to go from checkers or the A main. Now entering on in. Zende spots one player defending the bomb, or YNC peeks out. So suddenly it's just Zende. This is a force buy from the CT side. Oh, one more bullet could have done it. ZNF with 7. That was really close.
If we talk about the pros and cons to buying that many rifles, obviously in this scenario they were able to come out with just 1 rifle, but they gave up 2 AKs and 3 Galils. It's a lot of cash. And they don't really farm anything with the SMGs. And then if the CTs are able to actually win that round and they pick up the rifles, it's a whole new story. If they pick up SMGs, you can kind of force. So it's different, but... And then Jess was actually going to buy a Tech 9 instead of like a Mac 10. Tech 9 isn't that much more expensive, or that less expensive, I suppose, to an SMG. But he's going to get aggressive with his teammate towards... See, this is what I'm talking about the mid, right? Like, they keep pushing towards mid with the rifles because you have, like, long-distance battles, and I think that's okay. And the CTs are just going to go with regular USBs so they can actually buy a bunch of utility on their CT sites. Like you mentioned, that is that you need Molotovs to retake sites on this and also hold off executes.
Yeah, I wish we had, like, Molotovs back in source and make it a lot easier of a time. No, not really. I mean, I say that. I mean, being an opera, I obviously can't afford that. I'm already lying about my money, because back in the day you couldn't see the money.
You buy a Google lot for like 500 bucks.
Right? It worked so well.
Was it 650 back then? God, I'm sorry guys. I'm sorry, Chad. I don't mean to harp on CS:GO or like CS Source, but
It was 650. Charles, how could you forget?
oh my god, this is the secondary op.
So now the first gun round will come about of the second half. CS:GO 2 times. I don't think we'll see as passive of a CT side defense towards the A bomb site than CAZ was playing. And however, 2 frags with just USPs, never a bad result if you are ecoing. However, CS:GO 2 times definitely need to win this round. I mean, going down 13-7, despite, I mean, they might have a full buy coming out at that point, but this is one of the more dangerous rounds for CS:GO 2 times because they went for the forced buy. It makes this round a little weaker.
I suspect CAZ to play super slow here. Were you saying that CS:GO is going to get aggressive or passive? I apologize.
Oh, I feel like they won't give up the A bomb site as much as CAZ did.
Oh yeah, CAZ is playing it definitely pretty up. Look at the aggression here. Tags him down a little bit of HP, but no, he didn't hit him all. I saw blood, but I guess CS Joe for you. Smoothie with the op. He hit down to 95 HP, so I guess that's a little bit of blood. But he's gonna pick up the old green gun.
Is that shrapnel or like bruising? That 5 damage? I don't know.
I'm not sure. But every time I see blood, I'm like, oh great, I hit him, and then it doesn't. That's what happens. 5 damage.
the fatal call out. He's lit. Anywhere from 1 damage to 99. Wow, Smooya. He's able to get another one too. This guy, he gets boosted up and clears out the mid area. Just drops players right below him. That should put CAZ up to that 12 round mark. As long as they can finish out this round. CS:GO 2 times trying to make their move as they shift another player into that B bomb site. And I like this from CS:GO 2 times. They have to stack together. They have to try to make the read and negate the player advantage. But CAZ, they run through the players of CS:GO 2 times who had stacked that B bomb site with the remaining 3. It's just Zende, and yeah, he's forced to fall off. I don't think either team made a wrong move in that position.
No, absolutely not. Dominate needed to get aggressive. He's down 3v4. He needs to get aggressive to make a play somewhere. He went towards B to make it. He got a kill, got traded off. It's unfortunate. If he comes up with a 2K, it's a completely different story. It's a 3v3 at that point, but he gets taken down. Zmuya starts off the round with a nice no-scope towards middle. Gets a second frag there as well. 5v3. And then they're just going to wait.
Did you throw a Z in there? Zmuya? I thought you threw a Z in there. Maybe.
ZNF is just on my mind. But the team that does it really well, like if you're an up and coming team and you need to get to the stage where you need to get aggressive on the ends of the maps, Templefront does a really good job of knowing when to do it, and everyone's on the same page at the same time, and they play really well, getting aggressive and flashing over for each other and making plays on the ends of the map. So, a little piece of advice there. But see,
I feel like that's one of the hardest things to develop as a team too, is everybody being on the same page. Like, okay, we need to get aggressive right now, otherwise we're in a 5-on-3 and we're gonna lose the round regardless. Like a lot of teams don't seem to be able to develop that. Everybody being on the same page in that instant decision.
It's absolutely hard, but when you're together for a while, you can develop it. But Rom with the SMG looks like he's gonna try to farm a little bit cash. I just wish, you know when you have a nice team, you've been together for a while, it just feels so good, it feels so right.
No, but then somebody has to go to school, or somebody gets a girlfriend, or somebody gets depressed, or something like that. Teams fall apart for so many reasons, Charles, as you
Look
damn
at this
well
eco
know.
round too.
CS:GO 2 times, bringing the pain at middle. They brought it down to a 3-on-3. Whoa, Smooya gets caught nade out. He's trying to take out mid with his teammates. Jess gets boosted up by YNC as CS:GO 2 times continues to push.
Was that too aggressive?
I think so, man. In a 3-on-2, yeah, you don't have weapons, but you do have the player advantage. So
I think it was, yeah, if he just sits quad or something and just listens to them to come to the site, I think it would have been a little bit of a different story. So 3v2 situation, too aggressive there. They're going to stack towards A, and the T's are going towards A, though. Can Downey make a play?
He could. Will he? Is the question. He's on the other side of the smoke. He's still worried about somebody creeping up towards highway, but the way CS:GO 2 times have approached this, it's like they're playing with rifles. Like the way the player pushed into A main, the single player, instead of playing 2-0, they play 1-1. It's like they have real guns or something. But Jasp, oh, he goes down to Dominate. 15 seconds. YNC knows he has to make a move. His position revealed by Dominate, who peeks out behind the bomb site. Another peek. YNC is attention divided in Dominate. How did he do that? Like, he just played on YNC's crosshair placement like he knew where he was looking.
Would you plant there? In what situation is planting there a good idea? He planted like on the very corner of the bomb site, right? Towards A main. It's a 2v1 situation.
I feel like I'm defending a guilty client. I'm trying to figure out.
It's just, it doesn't make any sense. If you know the truck is open and your teammate's sitting A main and you're planting, the only way, it's again, you have to ask yourself, how do we lose these rounds? And then that's a scenario where you lose it. You go for a greedy plant, and then your teammate is sitting A main still. You get taken down, you're like, right, 1v1 situation now. I'm not saying Dominate didn't have an easy round to win. He obviously came up with a huge round, but I'm just saying the T side, I think, in that case, plant safe, it's a 2v1, just trade the frag and go from there.
I feel like I need to steal your idea for like a YouTube segment. How do we lose these rounds?
Don't you dare.
It's a good idea, Charles. You should get into it.
Nope, Yacht Club. Yacht Club.
Fetched. Drops down the checkers. That was a set play by CAZ to flush him out via the Molotovs, and they actually had one at his feet when he's trying to drop it down into the vents as well. Dominate knows he has to peek out. Downey also with the kill. That's towards mid. CAZ trying to split onto this B bomb site, but it's the Dominate show so far. Pop flashes himself out, even gets another one and completes the 4K Dominate. That was incredibly resilient the way he was able to hold on to the bomb site, because he had to make the play. CAZ, if they drop Dominate, they win the round.
What does the money situation look like now? CAZ just chipping away. They won 4 rounds in a row, but the CTs have won 2. 4 players left alive and 1 player left alive in that 1v1 with pistol clutch. So we're going to have an op on the CTs, just pistols on the T. 1 flash for Rom. They're all going to go towards B. I suspect he's going to do a little bit of a pop flash so they can take checkers control. That's exactly what they're going to do. They hug this right wall here. That flash will come out. They're going to charge on in.
I don't think it will affect Dominate. Oh man, this is gonna get bloody. Dominate is affected by the flash, but there's no way that CAZ bring this guy down. He's close range. He's spamming away with the AK. And that is bloody murder on the eco round. Rom trying to do a little bit more damage, but it looks like CSGO 2 times with this economy. If CAZ don't take this round, I think CSGO 2 times win the match.
I love this setup from CTs is that on an anti-eco, if you play passive and make them come into you, there's no way you lose. If you play checkers and they kill you and get that gun and they kill the person in the bomb site, you're pretty apt. And, you know, any T would accept a 3v3 situation with full bomb site control and 2 guns. So by playing passive, 1 person in sight, 1 person in headshot, you kind of oh, look at that T from Smooya. Ooh.
That was pretty.
That was nice aggressive pick.
And that's straight out towards mid too. Like, the reason a lot of players don't go for that, like I would like to go for that even if I had to fight the op one-on-one peeking Z, as long as the nades weren't constantly there from the CTs whenever you peek that angle. I think that's why most players don't go for it, that pick so early.
And the even crazier thing is that his teammates had a bunch of rifles too, and he just decides, I got this baby, and brings the deagle up.
He's still crazy. He hasn't been quelled. He's rushing out of the checkers. He was forced out by the incendiary. However, CSGO 2 times weren't peeking the area, so I'm not sure they know for certain that Smooya has worked his way into checkers. He could take a fight with a very wounded Dominate. Oh, misses his first shot. Probably going for the head. All he needed was the body, as Dominate only had 12. A single player. CSGO 2 times at the A-bomb site. He does have some assistance now from Fetched. He's at the truck. Do have a smoke in the hands of CAZ. If they don't use it for this player at truck, that will be the end of the round, assuming Fetch can hit some shots. And yeah, they use it for that player. NBK Zende at the spot. He does get 2, eventually traded off by Jess, but the op still present. The rotator really wounded though for CSGO 2 times, so as long as Rom can drop this player in the bomb site, shouldn't have too much of an issue, as he does deal with a flanker. And now Fetched has swapped out for the AK. Rom may still believe he has an AWP the way he's clearing angles. It makes me believe that Fetch will finish him off. And CSGO 2 times. The streak continues. That would have been a nice pickup for CAZ.
CSGO 2 times has plenty of money as well. so they won't have any issues buying if they lose a round. So it's not like CAZ can win a round and then get the next 2 for 14. So we have 5 smokes though. Let's see if they go towards the A bomb site and try to get this bomb plant down. It seems like that will be their objective.
Yeah, with all these smokes, it looks like an A take.
Oh, I thought the CTs were taking a note out of CAZ's book. They're actually going to boost towards Shroud. They missed the boost. I'm just going to play a little bit more passive instead. But Quicks, I don't know if I'd like him playing this aggressive. If he gets taken down and he gives up a gun, there he goes. He's going to play a little bit more passive there.
We do have upgraded pistols, though, for CAZ. It's always dangerous. Quicks, there he is. He's down. That's what you were worried about. Now Smooya pushes up into highway. This round is falling apart for CSGO 2 times. Seems like they will stabilize as long as Dominate can bring down the bomber. Ooh, fake plant by CAZ. Now they will put it down. ZNF, the man to do it. Dominate trying to peek up from the forklift. A very tentative approach from Downey, though. Now will make his way up from the highway as his teammate gets the frag onto Jasp. ZNF, last man up. P250 in hand. Takes the peek and will lose it. Quite a scary round there for CSGO 2 times. And with all those frags coming through, whenever CAZ win a round, like if they win this one, I think they move up to like 15 before CSGO 2 times can buy. They like CSGO 2 times need this round.
I don't mind the strat from the T side. I think that their objective was getting the bomb plant and they got it. And even better, they got 3 kills out of it too. So Smooya with the op. I feel like the beginning of these T-side rounds has been really dependent on just Smooya just getting the kills, the entries. He got the first gun round, but after that it's been 5 rounds in a row for the CT. So after pistol, the anti-ecos, and then Smooya getting the kills towards mid. Nothing else has really been working for these guys. So solid CT side for CSGO.
Not as bad of an economic situation as I predicted for CSGO 2 times. Looks like 2 of the players still above the 4K margin. 3 players towards the A side. Downey looking to get aggressive on the squeaky. We do have a player watching it. It's YNC. This frag is pivotal. If somehow the T side wins this duel, we'll open up a lot of other real estate. Looks like Downey will just forfeit the position. So the 3-man A stack. Nothing really came of it. No advantage game from either side. Downey will take a new position towards middle, trying to see if anybody's peeking from the CAZ side as his teammate will shift off. Wait a minute, how did he get that kill? He was on the boost. Smooya, key player of CAZ, down. Big top fragger already. And I'm liking the rotations of CSGO 2 times. Like they show the aggression with the op towards Squeaky, and then they shift their opper back to mid. I like seeing that from teams. Like they have a contingency plan if their aggression doesn't work.
It's crazy to think that the only reason why CSGO 2 times has had like a great economy and a great few rounds is because of the pistol round that they won in the 1v1 situation too. So they took a risk, unlike CAZ Esports on their CT side, and then coming away with it.
Here comes CAZ in towards B. CSGO 2 times do have the numbers to deal with it, but not if they lose them. Dominate and Downey both find a frag apiece, but this late into the round, that should be that. As long as they can defend the bomb plant, yeah, no chance for the bomb plant to go down. CAZ might even go down after the time, and that is really debilitating with the economy. 2 players not able to buy.
I think this is the point where you just need to, well, if you force, it's not like you're going to do anything to the economy for CSGO 2 times, so it's hard here. At this point, you don't really need to worry about that. You need to worry about how much wiggle room you need to get in order to, you know, finagle something to a 15-15 or even win the match as well.
Finagle.
They're going to call a timeout. They're going to come up with something here. A lot of times you see teams call timeouts and they typically buy after, so maybe that's what they're looking to discuss, is if we decide to buy here $5,400 on 2 players and then $2,500 on a couple of the other ones. 4K for Smooya. Nothing has been working out for them though. I mean, they tried to go mid for picks. Nothing's been going on there. I believe you mentioned Downey got the first entry pick on a Smooya last round. What would work for these guys is the question.
It's hard to say with what's happened so far on the T side. With the money, if CAZ is going to buy, I think they just barely have enough to go for an A execute. Now that they have 2 players full utility, Molotov on top of it, I think they're going to go for an A dedicate. And I don't mind that play despite what's happened at the A bomb site.
I'm asking chat. what strat T-side's gonna run. I'm curious
yeah.
to see if anyone has any great ideas.
Let's ask chat. Let's see here.
I got save my skins, please. I think that's a strat.
All right, let's see what we got. Hano says, "Where's my sword?"
Yeah, well, yeah, but that's another discussion. They're gonna buy. They actually decide to get an AK. So if someone on chat can predict the strat, that's gonna be.
It's gonna be an A take, 100%.
Robo's got it. They're gonna wait and spawn the whole round. Probably rush A Kappa. Chatter experts lull. I'm loving all these.
Maybe they sit and spawn and hold hands. Kappa Pride. That would be nice. Don't forget, we have an Enermax giveaway going on. The Enermax bundle worth about $500, maybe even $550, depending on whose analytics you're looking at. They're giving away both the Thormax Giant. They're not kidding. It is a monster. You can fit whatever you want into that. Also, the Liquimax 2, 1000-watt power supply, 2 fans. Also, the speaker. It may look a bit like a fleshlight, but I promise you, the thing bumps.
That it does.
It does, doesn't it?
I'm just laughing. All these things. When you play CSGO, you just say rush B and go Kappa.
Right.
Chat is amazing. Rush Squeaky to highway out connector into CT. Wait for CTs to cross. Easy peasy. They go B. I'm loving this, man.
Theoretical Counter-Strike, man. The all around the world should work if you just trade off effectively, right?
Probably hold hands and go away peacefully. Kappa Pride.
What's our next map coming up anyways? Based upon the way this one has gone, I have no idea how map number 2 is going to go. Looks like it is Overpass, picked by CAZ. Interesting, and then finished off on Inferno.
Ooh. Alright, serious time. They resumed it. So I'm going to tell you what I think they're going to do with the utility that they have. They have 4 smokes, 4 Molotovs.
It's going to be A, Charles.
Nope. They're going to get checkers control, and then they're going to do a B strat. Okay. So they're not even going to go towards mid. They're just going to wait. They're going to do like a default. They're going to get checkers control because they've been doing that quite often. Once they get checkers control, they're going to execute onto the B-bomb site. That's my guess. Eat that, chat.
I hope you're right.
I hope I'm wrong. Chat will eat me alive.
Just get blown up. Oh, okay. Bit of a masochist, Charles. And so far, we're seeing what looks to be more of a default approach just at the beginning. CAZ ready for any sort of aggression that CSGO would throw at them. Or 2 times, not Counter-Strike in general. I think we may still see your strat. I mean, we could see either of our predictions come true, whether it be an A side set smoke play or the B side, but pushing it in towards the sunshine, not looking the right way. What is this? Rom, he's not peeking in the sunshine? Okay, this just got awkward. Now Dominate will flank CAZ's teammate, or ZNF goes down, realizes the mistake. Rom now will peek out from the sunshine. We'll bring down Dominate, but either way you spin that, like,
how do you
what
explain
is
that
he
to your
doing?
teammate? What were you doing over in Sunroom? I was wiggling my mouse around.
I was looking at this box. This pixel pissed me off. They don't know.
Situation though. Not a lot of utility left for the T side. They have 1 smoke, 1 molly, or 2 mollies rather. The CT side doesn't have a lot of utility either, so we see an execute, but no. Smoothie gets taken down pretty early on. 4v3 situation, 35 seconds left. Yes, gets in checkers though, which is going to execute on the B.
Sounded like an auctioneer for a second, Charles. It was an excellent timing of the peak by Fetch in the 4-on-4. You don't necessarily have to go for that peak, but if you can make it work, then your advantage is just gained massively. And CSGO 2 times. I'm loving the rotations. Fetched and Downey. They had Quicks flanking in from the checkers area as well. Either way, CSGO 2 times are going to win that round. So the pause, not so successful from CAZ, and it was weird that they just opened up into what looked to be a default style strat after all that pause.
Another default and then went B with the execute. I am a prophet. But T side, they're going to pick up the op here. Smooya and 2 Galils as well. Their T side has been pretty bland. I'm not too happy with their T side. I mean, their CT side looked good, and I thought that it was going to be the question of, oh, look at this Smooya trying to go down in here with the op. A tiny little pixel of his head, but their CT side, what we thought was, look at this flank actually, look at this, oh, wrong, goes down. Trying to finish my thought here, and I just see so much action going on, but we thought that it was going to be, we only need X amount of rounds and their T side will actually carry it, but that's definitely not the case so far.
No, doesn't look like it. And maybe a breakdown from CAZ here as well, because Rom just rushes into the B bomb site alone. If you're going to dedicate a player that hard into B, generally you have a plan right after that, like you're doing it for a reason. He rushed into the bomb site. If he goes down, then we do this. If he gets a kill, then we do this. I didn't see any of that from the CAZ side, and now they're just dying one by one. Moving on to their choice of overpass, these problems will develop as well if you're running these kind of strats. So I'm quite worried for CAZ, but CSGO 2 times looking real strong, and you know, I think they're going to close it despite moving into this half with a disadvantage.
Quicks again with 2 kills. 15-12. What does CAZ even do? I think they've tried like every trick in the book to get something on their T side going, but lack of money, lack of utility maybe, lack of strats, nothing's been working for them. CSGO 2 times. I would assume they're favored, is that correct? And I assume this is their map pick as well, or no?
This is. Next is CAZ on overpass.
I like overpass. I think it's a good slow map that you can kind of manipulate the CTs and doing what you want. But look at the fast strat here. They're letting the CTs just gets a kill on the quick. That's early on. But look at the stack for the CTs. 2 more players left alive in the bomb site.
Wow, they deal with the player at forklift. I didn't think they were going to be able to do that, especially because Downey, he's causing a big distraction towards quad. Flushed out of NBK via the incendiary. Now Dominate will arrive. The 2 remaining members are quite low from CSGO 2 times, but how is Downey still alive? Somebody's got to deal with this guy. Eventually, Rom will coming in with a nade. It will go down. That nade was from the afterlife.
1v1 situation. Smooya with a bomb and the op.
Dominate doesn't know which side it is. Smooya doesn't want to plan. Both players just outplaying each other mentally right now. Smooya will go for the plant, and CSGO timing works against him. Fortunate for Dominate. CSGO 2 times, bringing it back in half number 2. And after CAZ won 4 on the second half, it was all CSGO 2 times. I think they won 8 or 9 in a row to close.
Yeah.